Well, all right, on to less serious news.
Yes.
Star Wars. I
Celebratory
will
news, in
I will
fact.
well, I will say
Ish.
Star Wars in air quotes celebration 2022 kind of started the week that the Kenobi series was coming out, so
Mhm.
there's just a lot of Star Wars stuff at once. We got a lot of announcements. We got things that were not Star Wars announcements that but Lucasfilm announcements.
Yes. Yep.
Um Did you get to check any of this out? Did you
I
get to
did.
what do you care about? What's interesting?
Yeah, I mean, I saw clips, I read some news stories about releases, some of the things I care about, some of the things I don't. Like the Willow TV series, I kinda think is pretty cool. I was a fan of Andor, so Cassian Andor in, Rogue One, so I'm cool with the series. I love Diego Luna. I think he's a strong actor, so I can't wait to see him head this up. I thought it was interesting that they were already like, "Cool, here's season 1, bam, we're already working on season 2." So that's like full steam ahead, I guess.
Sure.
Things I was not super excited for. I mean, okay, so I'll cap off. I was excited to also see Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen reunite and
Mm.
like just like the love that happened there. That was a fun moment. Like you could tell they had fun together. They were having fun coming back to work on the new series. So just kind of like one of those fun, just like everybody feels joy in this moment. And yeah, I'm still excited for the series. I haven't started it yet, so to me, there's all like hope and promise and fun there. Um, Things I wasn't super excited about, Indiana Jones 5 busting in. Like, I'm real skittish after the last, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
What?
I I am. I just it was awkward and sort of fun, but also really not fun. Like,
Mhm.
I don't know. Like, I'm
It
just
wasn't good.
not.
It wasn't good.
What?
It
It, wa-
wasn't
I
good.
I mean, there were fun moments,
Right, but it wasn't good.
but it wasn't good. Yeah. And like there were fun performances, but
Yeah.
on the whole,
Mhm.
like it did not gel into a good movie.
Mhm.
So like
Mhm.
why is Indy 5 happening? I want to like it because I love Harrison Ford, but like I don't want to feel like I have to like it just cuz I like him or
You
that like I should watch it because I like him. I feel like this is painful drag out of Indy.
should Indy have just become like James Bond? I mean, to me, there's two routes you could have taken. Be
Right.
James Bond, should have recasted before, just
Right.
keep, like refresh every here and there, or
Or we're
just
done.
stop. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they chose the worst road in
Mm.
the possibilities. Um, yeah, I sort of feel like it should have just been done, and then if we were going to reboot it, like, still farther down the line yet, maybe I could have been okay with, like, a reboot with somebody else.
Okay.
I don't
Yeah.
feel like Indiana Jones is quite like the evergreen James Bond, like, we can just recast this and tell new stories. Because I feel like he's more limited in like the scope of what the character is and what he
Mhm.
studies and what he can do. Whereas like James Bond is like an MI6 agent, just sort of like can do a lot.
Mm.
Where it's not quite as plausible for Indy to like go places, be everywhere. Like he's a professor. Like there's got to be some plausibility in him. Like, hey, I got to be here this semester to teach a class. Like, you know what I mean? You know what I'm
It's,
trying to say?
it's got
I feel.
tenure.
He's got tenure. He's on sabbatical
Yeah.
again. Jesus. All there's an indie movie. All of his colleagues back at like the university just like, "Oh, I got to teach indies class again on
Yeah.
sabbatical.
Yeah.
Loser."
He's like texting now. He's texting pictures of him on the beach, somewhere.
Right. Holding up
Yeah.
an artifact. Hey.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Indy 5. I just wrote it right there.
Yeah.
Um yeah, so to my mind like he's just not quite as like malleable and like, you know, um I don't know, as interchangeable as it like a James Bond. So I just felt like it should have been done and then like I said, maybe a reboot down the line somewhere. but
Okay.
not
Okay.
excited. Sorry.
Yep.
Um, Also, like, sort of got a glimpse of Skeleton Crew, but didn't really. Like, there was one photo that I saw,
Right.
and that was kind of it. So I was like, "Hi, this is a thing. Jude Law's coming in now.
Mhm.
What's that
Yeah.
about?" I don't know. I feel like Star Wars series are kind of the new like celebrity vehicle series. You know,
Sure.
just like very random celebrities popping up and happening in Star Wars series.
Yeah.
I don't know.
This is for sure a bigger one and in potentially a central role because
Hmm.
some of the other ones are smaller, like known entities, but
Right.
um, but then especially if he's the lead, I presume the lead set to star in, I don't know,
Yep.
but yeah. Hmm. Okay. Well, that's a good number of things that you're excited for.
Yeah, I am. I just sort of like glossed over some things that I wasn't particularly excited for. I mean, I know they had a couple of Mandalorian panels. I'm way behind on that, so I could not watch that. Um, there was some like Ahsoka tied in there as well, although Rosario Dawson couldn't make it because she's still filming, I think she said. So it was
Okay.
like news, but kind of not news. I know there's some new animated series that are kind of going back and looking at like Yoda's years, Baby Ahsoka, High Republic times. It was kind of like a lot of grab bag stuff. I was just like,
Ooh,
I am very overwhelmed with like what is happening in Star Wars right now. I did not realize how much was happening and how much they were planning on doing. I'm not sure that I'm on board with all of it. So
it's
I kind of glossed
fascinating
over some things.
that none of this included any movie stuff.
Yeah, very
You
true.
know, there
Very true.
you have the quiet like, oh, let's not talk about like Rogue. No, let's see, what was it called? Rogue Squadron. Let's not talk about that
Yep.
one,
Yep.
and let's not talk about shoot, Rangers. I think it was called.
Mhm.
Um, it's like those are gone,
Yep.
and then yeah, no movies. No
No
movies, which is
movies.
interesting because I think they don't know what to do. Where do we go? And
Yeah,
I
I
think
mean, there's not really a good place to go. I mean, you
lies, not
I
true.
mean, well, not from where they've been. They'd have to, like, approach this very differently. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, the Skywalker
Yeah.
saga did not end on a good note
So move
for
on, right?
right, but
Yeah.
are they capable? Are we gonna
Seems like
let it
not.
go?
It seems like not. It seems like they're just gonna try to keep interlacing things into this structure of 9 films. Just keep kind of dotting
Yep,
in stuff, in the mix of it. Um, yeah, they can't break free. So which is interestingly the thing that I think most more fans would be accepting of if you just broke free
right, if you're just
from
done.
what there was and it was more different, than as opposed to like messing with or trampling on anything that's already been done, you
Mhm.
know. So um my biggest, like, I didn't pay too much attention. One thing, I'll give you one thing I'm excited for, and one thing I'm like, just go after
Mhm.
yourself. Um, so Star Wars, um, Jedi Fallen Order is a very fun video
Yep.
game. It's well
Mhm.
done. Great studio behind it. It has, to me, probably the most competently told Star Wars story since Rogue One.
Mhm.
Um, and likable characters, quite a variety of characters, good stuff. And so they announced a sequel for that. We knew it was coming,
Yes.
but we got a
Mhm.
trailer for it now and some of that. So that's exciting to me. And then the thing I'm not happy with is Tales of the Jedi. I'm not happy with Tales of the Jedi because
I can
when you
tell.
mention Tales of the Jedi to a Star Wars fan, they think of these things. So if you're watching, I'm holding up
Yes.
the graphic novel collections of a couple of Tales of the Jedi comics from Dark Horse Comics back in the
Mhm.
early to mid 90s. And this is a perfect example of a story that could be told in movie format that wouldn't have anything to do with the Skywalker saga. And they're taking this name to make their little anthology series
Mhm.
about like Count Dooku and Qui Gon and Ahsoka and different
Yeah.
things. So,
Yeah. Which, like, on a surface is an okay idea. It's just not okay to, like, borrow a title that's already in existence.
mhm,
Like, I'm not
right.
opposed to, like, the theory of this.
Yeah, no, an animated series talking about the earlier years or the training between Qui Gon and Count Dooku or something.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
that's fine.
So,
It kinda reminds me actually of, we were talking a while back about the reaction to, Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power, and we were talking about how, like, Elijah Wood was like, "Why are you calling this Lord of the Rings? It's
right.
not Lord of the
Yep.
Rings. Like,
Mhm.
this is a totally different time period, like, it's very disingenuous of you."
Right.
This is like that same thing.
Yep. Mhm. Yep. So, yeah, anyways, that's all that stuff. Star Wars Celebration. I've been very interested.
Your tone of voice, Star Wars Celebration.